All right. Good morning. Actually, it's afternoon officially. It's 12 o'clock, so it's good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fox Valley Voice. My name is Jaime Gutierrez. I am your host, and today I am very excited to welcome into the Fox Valley Voice studio Ms. Edna Vazquez. Hello, Edna.
Hello.
Edna is a very accomplished singer and guitarist, and she is coming to us from Portland, originally from Mexico, but we're going to get into all that here in just a few minutes. We have decided that the best way to start out the show is with a song. So for those of you who are listening and watching, you can interact with us on Facebook or YouTube. Just go to Fox Valley Voice and submit your comments and questions. But without further ado, our first song from Edna Vazquez.
Si tienes un hondo penar, piensa en mí. Si tienes ganas de llorar, piensa en mí. Ya ve que venero tu imagen divina, tu parábola boca que siendo tan niña me enseñó a pecar. Piensa en mí cuando sufrirás, cuando llores también. Piensa en mí cuando quieras quitarme la vida. No la quiero para nada y me sirve sin ti. Piensa en mí cuando sufrirás, cuando llores también. Piensa en mí cuando quieras quitarme la vida. No la quiero para nada y me sirve sin ti.
All right. Is that off of your most recent album? This song?
No, that's actually a cover from Agustin Lara, the 1920s.
Okay.
I would say, and yeah, I brought it back.
So the first thing that strikes me as I get to watch you here in person is that you're a very emotional player. You know, I can see that you are not only just playing the song, but you're feeling it as well.
Yes.
Is that just come natural to you, or did someone help you realize that that's how you need to play?
No, and actually, I just focus in the words. Well, first of all, I see the songs, the lyrics as poems, and so I get into those lyrics because I relate to them somehow, you know, and that's when I get all these emotions coming back to me, and then I get inside my guitar. It's like all this light happening at the same time, and I embrace that. And so I become this thing that I don't even surprises me.
Yeah. When did you first realize that you were going to be a musician?
Well, I I got this guitar from a ex-boyfriend that I had when I was 14 years old. He went to Baracho and he brought me a guitar and a doll and a dozen of roses. And I cared about the other things, but the guitar is what stroked me, and so I never realized that I would be a musician ever. And so when I got this guitar, there was some course offered at the church where in the little town that I grew up in, Jalisco, and I decided to go there and learn how to play. But once I was learning the first chords, something got in my soul, and then I realized that I would get one thing to another that would just possess me with this all these harmonies, and it was beautiful. And yeah, so I embraced that, and here I am now. I never thought I was gonna come to the U.S. and then join a mariachi band and being working with them for 19 years, and it's just one thing to another. It's like I discover that I can play guitar naturally, and then I hear, and then it comes naturally to me, and then I would sing and accompany myself, and that was another thing that I was discovering through the steps where music found me.
How do you feel about the difference between playing solo and also with the mariachi band? Do you prefer one over the other, or are they just two different ways of expressing yourself?
I think that I grew up with these songs, with the mariachi songs. Grandpa would tell us about this music, and he would even give us money if we would guess which song it was in the radio playing, the mariachi. So there was a unique radio station in my town that would play this mariachi, and he said, okay, if you guess it, I'll give you 10 pesos. And so we would guess the song, and that's how we got into the mariachi style. So when I interact with the mariachi, all this, as I told you, I get in the words. And it's almost like something possesses me, if you want to call it like that, possession, all these lyrics and words. For example, if I sing a song, it talks about the beauty of a region. And so I get there, I travel there through what I'm doing, at the moment. And that could be me playing the guitar or me singing with all these musicians. And we become a whole. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I feel. And I think that's the junction there. And to everything that I do, I can sing with a mariachi band, or if I join a jazz band, and, we all get into it because each of us is doing their thing. And that's the beautiful thing about it.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you came to the United States, mm-hmm. and you currently are based out of Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
So how did that happen? How did you end up in Portland?
So I came when I was 17 years old. I came out to my mom, being gay, and so I was different. She got very preoccupied, that I was in a culture that would probably destroy us in general, and then, we grew up with all this religious background, like we grew up as Catholic and all that. My family still, practices that. And I have a lot of respect for all the things. Mm-hmm. But that was one of the main reasons that I came here. So I remember telling her, Mama, just let me fly, let me go, But since I was a woman, she was very protective I should say, and then I was a teenager, so I didn't know, to what I was coming. And so I just opened my wings and flew away, and that's it. This is, my life is all about embracing each experience that shows up to my soul, and then I go through that. So I came when I was 17. I came for the first 4 months to LA, and then that city was very violent. And then my uncle, my relatives, the ones that I came to live with, he decided to move to Hillsboro, Oregon, and then that's how we end up in Oregon. And then later on, I became independent, and then lived in Portland for the last. I've been living in Vancouver and Portland Vancouver, Washington, for the last 19 years. Yeah.
Portland is on my list of places to visit. I have not been there yet, but I've heard
Very
a lot of good
beautiful.
things. If you had to tell me the top 1 or 2 places to visit in Portland, what would they be?
Well, I'm a weirdo. So
Well, excellent.
if you
so
want
that works out, because I'm weird too.
and so would you like to go? What would you enjoy, like food or
Yes, I've been known to enjoy some food, food, music. I really prefer to do things that are a little off the beaten path. I mean, tourist stuff is good, but I'm always interested to know. That's why I'm asking you. What are some places or some things to do that not everybody knows about, but you really got to do it?
Everywhere you go in Portland, you're gonna have a great beer. So
Nice. All
yeah,
right.
everywhere, almost everywhere. You just ask what's local, and then you'll enjoy your beer.
Okay.
And
I'll write that down.
and then there are some great places to visit in the Northwest. You could go to Hawthorne. You could go to Mississippi Street. You can go to what else?
How about
Alberta.
How about music? You got a favorite club that you like?
Yes, I do. I like going to jazz. I enjoy jazz a lot, and so I go to this place in the Northwest called. I think it's called Jazz. I don't even remember. I have the picture in my brain, but here you have the best of jazz in town, and it's live, and you can enjoy a glass of wine, and while you're listening live bands, and this place gets packed. So you have the best of wine, the best of beer, and enjoying this music. Mel Brown plays there. Nancy King, and she won a Grammy. I love jazz, and
As do I.
for mariachi bands, there are non-specific places, but you could go to Salem, and there are these like very Mexican places to go, like Las Islas Marias, and you can enjoy their mariscos, and you will hear this norteño band going around tables, and then a mariachi band, which I enjoy a lot. Going sometimes on Sundays and play by songs.
Yeah.
I miss that when I don't do it. So
When the mariachi band comes to your table,
Yeah.
do you join in with them? You sing along?
yes,
Yeah.
I just bring my guitar, and I'm like, boys, can I join you? And they're like, yeah, come on. And so people request their songs, and we become a live jukebox.
Nice. Very nice. So tell me a little bit about your most recent album. Now, this just came out in November. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
last year. And
So-
this is called Ser Abstracto. And Ser Abstracto is a subjective title for We Are Abstract, And I composed all these trovas in 2010, and Miracle Theater, local in town in Portland, they gave me the opportunity to present those trovas. Trovas means poems with music. And so they gave me the opportunity to present them with a quartet that I organized. And so I made arrangements for all of us to play those songs. And that was the first time that I introduced those songs there. But the sense of this album is the songs. Each song has a message. Donde, for example, talks about freedom. Freedom, you know. If you're not free here, you won't be free anywhere. You can travel places and be, you know, meet new people, and you know, you may feel that you're starting again, and it's true, you're starting again, but are you free inside, you know? So once we realize we're free inside, it's where you feel like you're at home. At least, you know, that's all these messages are just me, you know. And so all these songs came to me like as a glimpse. And so I feel them as a message. I assimilate to that. And so that's what I think when people let me in their ears, you know, I feel the same, like we're all connected and we assimilate into each of these messages. Salvador is, for example, it's another song. It's a song that I wrote for my brother. He's gay as well. Well, I shouldn't label, you know, we are queer. It's just, I don't know what extent, you know, we tend to categorize every single thing, you know, but he's weird. So there was some time where I couldn't express all this love for my brother, so I decided to make it all burst into a song. Un Viejo Amor is a song for somebody that shared a life with you, you know, and you learn some things. Poeta, it's to embrace the beautifulness, the divinity that we are as human beings, you know. We, all of us, each of us have something to offer to the world. And so, you know, if we share it, we're sharing a piece of light that we all need. And that is our greatness, you know. But we live all limited with all these limits that oppresses us at some point, because we keep trying to be something that we're not, you know, and we forget about who we are. We focus outside from our beings. And Corriente, then Sana, it's a song that I wrote for a friend that got divorced, and so I didn't know how to bring him back to happiness, and so I wrote him this song, and that helped him a lot. Now he's married, happily married. He has a lot of years.
All thanks to the song that you wrote for him.
Probably that helped.
I think you should take full credit.
Okay.
Well, would you feel like playing one of the songs off of your latest album?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to play Donde.
All right, that's the first track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Buscaba algún lugar donde pudiera empezar, en donde nadie me conozca, para poder avanzar. Luego que lo encontré, poco a poco me enfrenté con esos mismos fracasos que yo sepa ya más nunca lo intenté. ¿Dónde está la libertad para poderla buscar? ¿Quién es el que juega con mi ser para poderlo entender. Quizás sea el mismo Dios con el que he crecido yo y tú y yo. Buscaba una señal para parar de escoger entre el fracaso y la felicidad, para poder balancear. Luego que la encontré, poco a poco me enfrenté con esa misma paradoja de la que no tengo control, ni tú ni yo. ¿Dónde está la libertad para poderla buscar? ¿Quién es el que juega con mi ser para poderlo entender? Quizás sea el mismo Dios con el que he crecido yo y tú y yo. La libertad para poderla buscar.
Beautiful.
Gracias.
Fabulous. Goodness. All right, so that was Donde from the first track off of Edna's latest album, Ser Abstracto.
Sí.
Where's the best place for us to find this if our listeners want to run out and get this right away?
Actually, you can go to Bandcamp and then type my name, Edna Vazquez, with 2 Z's, and it'll take you straight to the album and some other albums that I have there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, and you probably have some with you this evening as well, is that
yes.
correct? So one of the things we want to make sure that everybody knows is that Edna is going to be playing tonight in Aurora at Chef Amaury's, 33 West New York Street. And tell me a little bit about your... Oh, and that starts at 7 o'clock, we want to say. And if you have not yet been to Chef Amaury's, it is a fabulous place. Chef Amaury is a very good friend of our show. He's been on our show before as well.
Oh, great.
And so you're going to have a great time there. And hopefully everybody who comes tonight will buy one of your albums. Tell us a little bit about your current tour. So, what brings you to town?
I've always wanted to come to Chicago. That's the first thing. And I've been doing. I remember starting thinking to get out of Portland, little by little. So I started doing it going to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and then I knocked on some doors over there. I started doing it myself like that, and so it took me a year, to go to all these places in Texas, and then what I got from there is that I could travel to the other states. So I got interested in finding out what was going on there with the community. Mm-hmm. And so that's it. Then I went to Miami, then I went to New York, and then Massachusetts, and then Letty and Daniel joined me in this beautiful adventure. And then I get more excited because Letty, my friend Letty, she lives in she grew up in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
My English, I'm getting old.
Okay.
She used to live in Chicago, and so she brought us here with the community, and it's being a beautiful experience, Probably best in what I would.
Oh, you say that to all the cities.
Yeah.
Well, all right, where's Letty? Thank you for bringing Edna to town. Let me ask you a question about whether or not you experience much of a language barrier, speaking of, Spanish and English, do you get many people who want to come and enjoy your music but may not necessarily follow along with the lyrics?
Yeah. Basically, what I started doing it since I started writing, probably like 17 years ago, that I was exposing my songs. Besides the mariachi band, I would explain what the songs mean, if they were in Spanish, and so they would travel through the music, and that would make them think about what I'm singing. So I think trova, it's a very universal language, it all transmits through the emotion, and that's how we all relate. And I think that's when language, it doesn't really, it's not a wall anymore. And a lot of my audience are non-English speakers, and I really enjoy that. That's my assumption. That's what I think it is, that brings people to listen when I don't sing in English. I would sing in English. I have original songs in English with the rock band. But everybody enjoys it. I would get self-conscious about my accent and all that, but at some point, it's understandable, I think. And
yeah, I wouldn't let that stop you. But yes, I do think that at least if you just introduced it and said this, kind of like you when you were running down the tracks on the album, this song is about freedom, and then just by listening to the tone in your voice and your playing, even if we just have that little bit of information, that still helps out. It helps people follow along. Yeah. Excellent. So you're currently going to do a show here in Aurora. Then I think I saw that you're going to be in Chicago.
Yeah.
Is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow. I'll be having a show at Mestley, and
Well, we can find more information at Edna's website, which is ednavazquez.com.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got information up there as well. And then yes, Metzley Cultural Center in Pilsen. So we can folks can check you out down there, and then you're on your way to Denver.
Yes.
They probably have less snow than we do right now in Denver.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But excellent to participate in creating change for equality issues, eh?
Yeah.
It's a shame that it's something that we still have to worry about. But
yeah,
we got to keep on trucking, right?
Yeah. It seems like that's the way it goes, we have to keep doing what we believe it's gonna change things, really, and it happens, it happens. It takes time. That's a variable that we all face, through love, through relationships, through races, everything that still oppresses us as human beings.
Yeah. I just heard on the radio there have been studies about changing people's minds, and that the most effective way of changing a person's mind that has a really strong opinion against something like LGBT equality is personal contact. Just someone saying, "Hey, listen, this is who I am, and let's talk about it."
Yeah.
So the more you can get out there, and the more that you can tell your story, minds will change. So
right.
Yeah.
Just what we're trying to change, what I'm trying to change for myself, it's the that interaction. I think that we're afraid from each other. We are extremely biased about the interactions that we have growing up. and some of those things oppresses us. But I really feel that, like you said, just opening up and not being scared of who we are. It's going to open a lot of doors for everybody. It's going to make us know each other, learn from each other,
Yeah.
for races, our genders, and all of that. We are abstract beings, and that's who we are. I mean,
Yeah.
what are we going to do about it? How are we going to grow as race, as human race, rather than all these classifications that oppresses us?
Right. That's the one thing that strikes me about, people who, it's like they spend so much time and energy fighting against people.
Yeah.
I mean, why not take that energy and do something positive with it, and think about where we would be if everyone did that.
Mm-hmm. And let's struggle to be right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle. It's just, okay, well, you have your opinions, but how do we work?
Yeah.
That's the big dilemma.
Yes. Okay, Edna. Hoping maybe one more song from you before we end the show.
Yeah.
And I think we will just let you play us out. Anything else that we need to cover? Anything you want to talk about here at the last minute?
No.
We just want to reiterate that Edna's going to be at Chef Amaury's,
Thank you.
33 West New York Street tonight, starting at 7 p.m. And you can find her at ednavazquez.com, also on Bandcamp for the music. And we would like to thank everybody for listening and watching today. And thank you, Edna, for sharing your music and your stories with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Anytime. You come back to Chicago and we'll talk again, huh?
Thanks for the support. I appreciate it.
All right, Edna Vazquez.
Okay. This song is called Liberal, and it talks about us stopping being victims of ourselves, so we can move on through life. De abrir las manos y volar hacia un nuevo episodio. Solo basta imaginarlo y vendrá. La rutina me invita a caer y a formar parte de un rebaño crucial. Y aunque la ignore no se va, ser parte de mí también a la vez. Llegó la hora de soñar, de abrir las manos y volar hacia un nuevo episodio. Solo basta imaginarlo y vendrá. It's the sound of a dove's wings. Just trying to be free of herself. hambre se le ha puesto con su hermano, suficiente con robarle pan caliente, ya se le ofreció a él también. Fluyen ideas al hablar, pero no fluye ya el amor. Un día nos uniera por igual, o los seres de un domingo bajo del sol, que nunca existió bajo del sol.
Thank you so much, Edna.
Muchas gracias.